Been thinking about this theme, above and beyond, how we can be our very, very best selves. Can anyone remember some of the themes we've been thinking about over summer? This is a bit of a tester, isn't it, really? Who can actually remember? Who was here? Generosity. Thank you, Katie. Someone other than Katie, what else have we been doing? That's the one you spoke on. Okay, well, I'm glad as you spoke on it, you can remember it. That's reassuring. I mean, there are other people that have spoken on other subjects. I wonder whether they can remember what they spoke on. Can anyone remember any other subjects? Inclusive, being inclusive, that was last week. That was Carol. Do you remember speaking on that last week? You have forgotten. Okay. Couple more. Compassion and reconciliation. Today we are thinking about courage. And that kind of seems like a good theme. Who is going into a new school year this September? Isaac's got his hand up at the back. There's got to be, you going to a new school year? Cool, exciting. Who's doing something new in their life this September? We want to think about what it means to trust God and to depend on Him and to have courage when we go into new situations. We want to go above and beyond in everything we do this year. And that can be a bit scary, but we don't want to be tiptoeing through our lives. We want to live our lives. So today we're thinking about courage. We need courage to face fears, to step into the future, to go above and beyond, to take flight and to soar like eagles. So I wonder what hopes and dreams you thought of when we were making those paper aeroplanes. What would it take to make them happen, for you to be able to achieve them? So today we're going to hear about a young man called Timothy who had big dreams, and the people that were around him, because sometimes God uses other people to help us achieve our dreams. So I need some help. I've got some readers. So Hannah and Carol and Neve, do you want to come and join me? So Neve is going to be Timothy. Now, I know it's a bit confusing, but come this side, because you're going to need a microphone. And I'm afraid yours is on a bit of string. If you want to stay there, brilliant. So Neve is going to be Timothy. We need someone to volunteer to act out Timothy's role. So can I have a young volunteer to be Timothy? Come on, Joseph. Up you come, mate. So do you want to stand down here? You're going to be Timothy. So whatever Neve says, you've got to act it out. Do you reckon you can do that? Do you think so? Okay, brilliant. Now Hannah is going to be Timothy's mother. That's Eunice. Help. So I need someone to be Timothy's mum. Who's going to be Timothy's mum? Who's going to help me out and be Timothy's mum and act that out? You're going to be... Okay, we have some definite confusion going on here. Isaac, you're going to be Timothy's mum. Come down and join Timothy on the floor. So you're Eunice. So, Isaac, Hannah will be reading your bit. So whatever Hannah says, you've got to do, okay? And you're going to need a prop. There's your prop. It's a letter. Okay, so just hang on to that and listen for what you've got to do with your letter, okay? And we now need someone to be a very old grandmother.
Me.
So someone that will be Lois. So we got Liz. That is going above and beyond. And I thought we would help you get into character. And we're kind of anyone got a camera? So,
does it go in my head?
Well, it's that kind of granny look. Is that okay? Is that kind of a granny look? Is that a super? I'm insulting just about every grandparent in the building at the moment. At the moment, if you're the last person to come in the story, but whatever Carol says, you've got to do. Is that okay? It's only about you're really lucky. You haven't got to do very much. You're at the end. It's you guys that could do all the work. Okay. So are we ready? In our story today, we're thinking about a young man who had big dreams and the people that helped him to fulfill them. And that young man is Timothy. Timothy was frowning. Can you frown, Joseph? A good frown? Yeah? Is that a frown? Yeah, that's not a bad frown. Yep. He had a difficult task. How do you look when you've got a difficult task, Joseph? Yeah, you're thinking about it clearly, very, very much. That's great. Yep. He was going to have to prepare teaching for the church. You better come up here and stand behind the pulpit. There you go. So you've got to prepare a talk for all of these people, and you're thinking about it, and you're a little bit worried about it because it's for the next church meeting. And so Timothy says,
I am so young. It is hard to know what to say, especially when everyone else in the church is so much older than me. I'm not sure I'm the right person to be in charge.
And then there was a knock at the door. And it was Timothy's mother, Eunice. Come on up.
How's it going?
Not very well. I'm tired and I don't really know what to write.
Maybe this will help.
So do you want to give Timothy, who's getting confused with the names, his letter? Well,
It's from your friend Paul. He always encourages you and believes in you just like I do.
Timothy opened the letter. Brilliant, good acting here. Paul hadn't been to visit them for a while, so he was always traveling and speaking and teaching at lots of different churches in different cities.
Remember that you can use all of the writings of God to help you teach people, Paul says. I know you know lots of passages because your mother and grandma have taught you so well. Don't let people think you are not good enough just because you're younger than them. Be brave and show courage. I believe in you.
So Timothy smiled. Big smile. Is that a good smile? That's not a bad smile, is it? Great. He always felt better from hearing from Paul. There was another knock at the door, and it was his grandmother, Lois. Got to give her a bit of time to get in. Clearly quite frail.
I hear you are struggling. Can I help?
I'm feeling tired. But I have to write something down ready for our next church meeting. What if I can't think of anything to say, or if people don't think I'm a very good speaker?
Remember what the prophet Isaiah said. God doesn't ever get tired. He gives strength to the tired and power to the weak, so that they can rise up like eagles in the sky. God will help you and come up with the words for you to say and help you to share them with others.
Thank you, Grandma. That's exactly what I needed to hear, and in fact, that's given me a great idea for what I should share with everybody else.
Happy to help.
Timothy looked down at the blank page in front of him. Suddenly he felt wide awake. Do we get a wide awake look? Is he wide awake when he's doing his homework at home? Not so sure. No, probably not. Okay.
I don't feel worried or scared anymore. God has given me everything I need. I can do this.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, everyone, for helping and getting into character so well. Very, very impressed. You can't get rid of it quick enough, can you, Liz? Thank you ever so much, Neve. The words that were on our paper aeroplanes were that word that was shared with Timothy. And I think they're going to come up on the screen now. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength and they'll rise up. They're not going to come up on the screen. And they'll rise up on wings like eagles. Slight technical hitch. I have to confess, I've seen an eagle. I've seen a bald-headed eagle in the United States, which is the one with kind of the white head. I don't think I've actually ever seen an eagle soaring. We had 2 weeks in Scotland, and I desperately wanted to see a golden eagle. and apparently they're huge. I've never seen an eagle soaring. But one of my favourite things about going down to Cornwall on holiday is seeing buzzards, which are much smaller, but I think they do the same thing as eagles. If you've ever been down the West Country, you see them in the sky, got massive wings, and they seem to just float on the uplifting air currents. They go round and round in circles. They don't even seem to move their wings. They just seem to adjust them, and they rest on those air currents. And that's what eagles do. And what that passage is saying is if we depend on God, then it's not about our strength, it's about resting on him, and then we'll have strength. God will support us. So we have all these dreams, what we want to do this term at school, and it takes courage to pursue them. Where we want to go, what we want to do with our lives. Just like we launched our paper aeroplanes earlier, we want to launch into our dreams. And the way to do that is to put our trust and depend on God and to allow him to lift us up and give us the strength to do that. So we're going to be quiet for a minute. We're going to think about those dreams again. No matter how impossible your dream might be, I want to encourage you just to focus on it for a moment. And then we're going to pray. Lord, just thank you for every hope and dream you've given each person in this room. Whether we're young and it's about going to a new school year, or whether we're older and we're facing a new challenge in life. Lord, just thank you that there is always more that you have and want to do in our lives. Thank you for the dreams that you've given us. Help us to depend on you. May we soar like eagles and keep going as we face the future with courage. Help us to go above and beyond in everything we do and to truly be our best selves, the people you created us to be. Amen.